So I'm now ready to start decorating for Christmas. I think what I'm going to do is take down the mosquito nets that I normally have there, and obviously clear out any other decor. And I'm going to add a garland to the top of the curtain rod all the way across there and decorate that up. I'm going to use the Peppermint Candy collection as the basis for this room. So that's going to use pink and mint and obviously the red and white stripe. So this is Oliver's room. It doubles up as a guest room. That's a day bed that pulls out into a double bed or a queen bed when it's made up. And then we've got his cot, and over on this side I've just got some little shadow boxes that hang on the wall and his change table. This Christmas I'm looking to add a lot of fun to this room. I've got a couple of slimline trees. I might put one on each side of the daybed or one just in the corner. I've got a gorgeous print that I found just the other week that I'm going to hang above his cot in between the two windows. Absolutely love it. And then I'll put a few things around here, change out the little bits of decor. I'm not too sure what else I'll do here. I'll keep this one, the primary colours, I think the blue, red and green, and just bring a whole lot of festive fun into it for him. So these are some of the things that I've got to work with. A couple of them I made. This is one of the faux cakes that I made this year. That was a lot of fun. And then some of them we sell on our website. These are the big candy cane ornaments that have been super popular. We've got snowflakes at the back there. I've got a snowy garland. I've got these really cute picks. These are some of the ice creams actually. These ones I made. These were a lot of fun. But these ones over here, we actually sell these ones on our website. I've got a few other decorations up the back there, some lollipops and all that good fun stuff. But I think I'm going to start with the garland above the girls' beds at the moment. So I'm going to clear out some space on this table and I will start working on the garland. So I'm starting with a snowy garland. I think that'll just add that extra little bit of brightness to the space. It's going above some white curtains, so I think that'll work really well. I'm just going to fluff it all out. Because it's going up against a flat wall, I will bring all the needle pines sort of to the front, and there will be a flatter bit at the back. It really pays to spend a bit of time shaping the greenery before you start putting anything into it, just so it looks its fullest and really gives it a professional full look. So to help me get an even distribution of all the different picks and decorations, I've just marked the halfway point of the garland with a piece of kitchen string, just by folding it in half and putting that there. And that will just help me from a design point of view make sure that this is going to be the focal area of the garland, and then everything will move out from there. So for the base of the garland, I'm going to use deco mesh. And I've cut two different types. I've got this red and white candy stripe and a pink one that I've cut into 50 centimetre pieces. They just come in about a 9 metre roll, and these are the 25 centimetre wide ones. And I'm just going to roll them up. I just put the sides in like that and roll them in, and then just give them a little sort of twist in the middle with the needle pines. I'm going to start from the centre. I'll find my string, which is up here, and I'll do, I've got 8 pieces of each to start with, so I'll alternate going down. I might need a bit more, and I've got plenty on the roll if I do. Just basically making a little bow tie out of it. So I've got all the deco mesh in, and the next step is to start adding some picks. I'm going to use this very pretty pink feathery pick as the base. I'll cut each stem into 2 pieces, and then I'll put them down the center of the garland. I won't run them in a straight line. I'll sort of put them off center so that they're kind of joining about halfway up, and that will give them a bit of a spray out, give the garland a lot more texture and make it look a lot wider and fuller. Start at my halfway point again, and just like using the deco mesh, I'll just use the needle pine of the garland to twist it in around. I'm not going to glue anything in because I might want to change it all again for next year. And I also thought these pink ones would be really good at Easter time, so that was another reason I thought I'd try them in our shop. We haven't actually stocked these yet, but I'm thinking that we will, because it'll be a really nice option for people who want that lovely pink for either their Christmas decorating or any occasion really. If you're decorating anything, they've got a really lovely feathery feel to them and a nice amount of colour. They have a few colour options in them, so I'm going to look to stock those over the coming months. So now I'm going to start adding the picks to the other half of the garland, and at the halfway point I'm going to change the direction of the picks. So rather than have them facing to the right, I'm going to face them to the left as I go towards the left. So that's as much as I'm going to do here on the table, just the deco mesh and the base of picks down. I'm now going to hang it up above the window, and then I'll add the ribbons and the other decorations in once it's in place so that I know that they're in just the right spot. Now the way I hang my garlands above windows is by using a nail that I put in the very top of the window frame, so you can't see it. I'm not sort of putting it face in, I'm putting it on the top. And that then is what I wrap needle pines of the garland around, or I might use some pipe cleaners or floral wire to attach it. You don't need to put it in very far, just, you know, maybe half a centimetre or a centimetre even, and then I can just pull it out at the end of the season, you know, just by lifting it up, and there's no visible marks left. So I will do that. I will put one in the middle, one on each end, and one in the middle of those two points, so there'll be 5 altogether, and that'll be enough to hold the garland up. Another thing just to point out now is if you don't want to use the nails in the top of your window trim, or perhaps you don't have an area above your window like that face of the window trim that you can nail into, you could always use a curtain rod and use that as the way to secure your garland above. But I've just got into the habit of doing it that way in other areas of my house, so that's why I've done it that way here. Now what I'm going to do is take that piece of kitchen string, which is the centre, I'm going to put the centre up first, and then I'll take it out to each side and then secure it in the middle as well. Now I really like the way that that is shaping around. So I don't think I'm going to put the needle pines back into that middle nail. I think I'll leave it just draping. I think that's really pretty. But what I might do, just for a little bit of extra security, I might take a couple of pieces of fishing line and take it from the middle there back onto that nail, so that I know that it's held in place in 5 places along the curtain trim. So the next thing I'm going to add is some ribbon. I've got this really fun polka dot glittery ribbon that's a 10 centimetre wide, and I've also got this candy cane one. It's about 6.4 centimetres wide. I'll make a big bow for the centre, and then I will take the ribbon off to the sides. I'm not sure how much I'm going to add because I do have a lot of other picks etc. to add to it, so I might just stop with the bow to start off with, and then I'll go back in later when I've got the other picks and the other fun things in there and see if I need a bit more ribbon. So that would be about a 20 centimetre loop. I just gather it up in my hand, put it to the front like that, gather it up again, twist it around and go around the top of that. and that will give me a lovely big bow that will be about 45 centimeters across, I guess. Just pull those up and make sure they're even. And then I'll go in there with the 6.4 centimeter bow with the candy canes on it. I really like this one because it's bringing the pink in, and it's also got the candy canes. And I'll do the same thing, gather it up, give it a twist, make this a little bit smaller so that you can see the polka dots from behind, twist it around again. And there are many ways to make a bow. There's lots of tutorials on YouTube if you want to find out, but this is just a very simple way that I do it. And I think with this one I might actually add one smaller loop in the middle, so I'm just going to twist it around one more time and take it around and just give myself one little loop in the middle that will sort of form the centre of the bow. Grab a piece of floral wire, or you could use a pipe cleaner, doesn't matter what you use, just something. You can even use cable ties, that's also good. You just need to remember, if you're using a cable tie, to add a piece of floral wire or a pipe cleaner in the back. And then I just pull it nice and tight and then twist it around. I tend to twist the bow rather than the wire because you get it a lot tighter if you do that. You just get a better grip on it, I think. All right, so that's my bow. I'll cut those tails off at the moment because, as I say, I'm not really sure that I want to keep the ribbon going too deep into the bow. We'll see that. We'll see how that all turns out a little bit later. Just cut those off. And then we'll put the bow right in the middle. Okay, so I'm happy with the bow. I'm going to start now adding some picks. I've got these really cute Chanel stem ones that have got quite a lot of glitter on them. I've got that in the mint and the pink and the red and the white candy. And I'm also going to use these glitter ribbons. And the same sort of concept, I'll start from the middle and build my way out. I'm not sure what I'm doing on the ends yet, so I do want to do something a bit different to really sort of give them a bit of a punctuation mark as well, and they don't just sort of disappear in the design. And then I'll also look to see about adding some baubles and possibly some snowflakes. So let's see how we go with these picks first. Now I've decided I'm going to have to cut these ones a little bit shorter so that I don't have any of the sticks poking out, but I'll still keep them a good length, so if I do want to use them in the tree next year, they will be easy to use. And I'm going to use, I want to get a bit more mint into the design, so I'll use a few of these along the way, and then I've got these fantastic big pieces of holly, which I will also use 2 on each side. I really like these ones because they're on a clip, so they're really easy to secure in. I'll just push it through. I've got 2, so I think I'll just put 1 in each bracket there. And I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. So I've been playing around a little bit off camera to work out what I'm going to do next, and what I've decided is I'm going to add a bit more of this fantastic ribbon in. I'm just going to cut what I've got left on the roll in half, which I'm guessing would be about 1.5 meters for each side. I'd say I've got about 3 meters left. I'm going to run it just in the bottom there so that when you're kind of looking up at it, you're going to see it. I won't put it over the top, I'll put it underneath mainly. And then I'm going to make some clusters of baubles using 3 different sizes, and I'll use some white, some pink, and also the candy cane stripe. So I don't know if you've ever used bauble clusters when you've been decorating, but these are such a quick and effective and very affordable way to get a real pop of colour and texture into any design that you're working on, I just use a piece of floral wire. You could use pipe cleaner, and you just twist them together. Twist it up nice and tight at the top there. Just be careful, sometimes they pop off like that one, but you can just easily pop them back on. If you're using them outside and they're going to be outside for a little while, you might be wise to hot glue them first before you put them in a cluster. But I do find when I'm just using them on a garland inside or on my tree, they last perfectly fine. And you just pop them into the garland or the tree using the floral wire or the pipe cleaner. So to finish off the ends of the garland, I'm going to use these finial drops with the candy cane stripe. I've just taken off the tie that it normally comes with, and I've fed through a very thin white velvet ribbon. I'll have those at different heights. I'm not sure if I'm going to use 2 or 3 yet, but I think they'll be a beautiful way to finish off the ends of the garland. I love finials. I think they've got a really elegant shape. And with this candy cane stripe going through it, it's still got that very whimsical and fun Christmas feel to it, which is definitely what I'm going for here in Charlotte and Isabelle's bedroom. So I've had a little break and I'm feeling nice and refreshed, and now I'm going to start on Oliver's room. Oliver's room, I'm going to give a bit of a snowy feel to it. I've got some really cute things though. I've got these great big snowflakes. I've got this gorgeous bunting that's got the red pom-poms in it. Also these fantastic cushions. I bought these last year from TK Maxx and they're the perfect colours for this room. The truck here, that's made out of felt. I only picked that up yesterday. Just got it from TK Maxx. That was $20. I thought it was a great buy. And I love the fact that, you know, he can play with it. I try to have some things in both the kids' rooms that are down low that they can actually touch, things that are made out of foam, and I'm not worried. To be honest, I don't really worry if anything gets broken. The whole idea of creating a really magical bedroom for them is that they've got a beautiful memory, and I don't want the memory to be them getting in trouble because they broke something. So if something gets broken, that's fine. As long as they don't get hurt, then I'm perfectly fine with it. They are, after all, just Christmas decorations. So first step is I'll do a little bit of a tidy up around, and then I will get decorating. So I'm going to start by hanging up this fantastic bunting. I love bunting. It's such a great way to make a really big impact. But they fold up to nothing, so you know, storing them's really easy. And I find that, you know, this year I'm putting it here in Oliver's room, but another year I might put it outside underneath the alfresco area, or perhaps in the girls' room. We've got this one on our website. We've also got it in white with the white pom-poms. So I did a bit of a rough measure before. I'm just using the removable hooks. So above his change table, I normally have this little display. I had this in the girls' room when they were very young, but I put it in here for Ollie. So I'm going to take all this down, and then I'm going to look at how I can style this with, I've got a couple of these big snowflakes that I thought could look quite cute on each side there. And then these are actually tree decorations. I just got these from Kmart that I thought would be really good just sitting in the little window boxes here, or the shadow boxes I think they're called. So to hang these snowflakes up, these are perfect decorations to hang on the wall. They also look really great hanging from the ceiling, and I've used them that way as well, sort of sitting out and floating. And I've also wedged them into trees. But in this case, I want to hang them on the wall. So what I've done is I'm about to create a bit of a hook using a pipe cleaner, and I've just sort of lodged it in between those two pieces of polystyrene, and I'm going to go pretty tight on it, give it a twist, and then I'll bring the pipe cleaner up and create a hook that way, like that. And then I'm going to use one of the very small removable hooks in the right spot and hang it up using that. Okay, so now we're onto the tree. Putting in these gingerbread leaf picks first, and I'll give the tree a bit of background colour to that. I'm now going to start putting in some of the flowers. I mentioned before that I don't generally like to cut the stems off my florals unless I really have to. So I'll just sort of feed them down the centre of the tree. I think any of these florals that have piping around the edges, like this one, I really love them. They really make it jump. It's like doing an outline, a bold outline around something. Now I've got that one there, so I'll put this one over this side a little bit so it's not directly underneath. Cute. Happy with the way that's coming together. So trying to think about what to add as a tree topper. I think I'm going to try adding this little bird. I could try a snowflake or something else, but I'm going to try the bird first and see how it looks. Aren't these adorable? I love these little ones. They come in, I think a set of 3 or 4. Now one of the things that I wanted to show you, when I put my decorations on, I like them to be quite close to the branch of the tree so I can kind of really position them where I want them. So rather than sort of hang them by the string, I take the string and I wrap it around the branch several times, wrap the ornament around so that the string gets very short. And then I can use the branch itself to kind of position it exactly where I want it, rather than sort of have it dropping down. That's a really easy way to kind of hang your ornaments, your baubles, and get them exactly where you want them. So now I'm just going to add a few baubles in. These ones didn't actually come with string, but I'm not too worried about them. I picked these ones up a couple of years ago. Aren't they cute? They've got little gingerbreads on them. And I'm just going to push the top of it into the branch of the tree and then just fold it back. And that gives me that control that I want. I'll just push it down a bit and then I can get it positioned. I do like the baubles if I can to get them to kind of hang rather than, you know, they've got a bit of space around them. So where I can, I try and make that happen. These ones are glass, and obviously I'll try to put them up high because I don't want my beautiful boy getting cut fingers if he happens to grab one and it drops. I'll just sort of pop those down the face of the tree, sort of alternating around. So I'll tuck this one in here. And then the final thing I'm going to do is just add some of these bauble clusters. I think they're about I'm going to say about a 5 centimetre bauble. And I've just got one in each of the finishes, the glitter, the matte and the gloss. And put them on I'll cut the strings off, put them on a pipe cleaner. And I'm just going to push them back a little bit. I don't want them to be right on the tips of the branches. I just want them to be nestled in a little bit. I just found the tree was looking a little bit flat, and something like the sort of the metallic finish poking through, not very obvious, but just sort of sitting behind things, can just give it that little bit of, you know, a little bit of extra texture and colour. But doing it all in green means that it won't overpower anything else that's in the tree. I've got this really cute wagon that I found at a little gift shop down the coast, and I think I'll just pop that in there for the time being. I'm going to pop the truck probably sitting there. I've got Santa with his cookies. He's so cute. Maybe nestle a nutcracker in there as well. And then this nutcracker in there maybe. Oh, and the white fir tree. And that white fir tree might look perfect just sitting over on this side, just to bring a bit more of that texture and the snowiness from the tree skirt. I think that looks pretty cute. Then I've got a teddy. Teddy can go in there. Reindeer. It is a balance, sort of trying to get a really full, fun and festive look, but at the same time make it look quite balanced and not fighting each other too much. As you can probably tell, I like a lot of Christmas. That might be a bit of an understatement. So I've just got a couple more things to add to finish off, including this beautiful print that I love so much. And I've sort of looked at it against this wall over here and sort of considered where else it might go. And I'm actually going to change things around a little bit. I think I'm going to take down one of the snowflakes that I had around the shadow boxes and position that in underneath there. I've got a couple more of these snowflakes, so I might sort of use those on that wall as well, just to tie it all in together. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, I like that. Just added those Velcro strips to that and then line it up and push that in. On this wall here, I'm going to put the two snowflakes that'll match, because I've got one on that wall and one on that wall, and I'll put two snowflakes sort of on an angle on that side of the mirror. Excellent. They're quite a good investment if you really enjoy decorating with this sort of snowy, bright, fun theme. You may find that you pull them out year after year and put them in lots of different places around your home. And yeah, just have a really big impact for not very much, a bit of a pipe cleaner and a removable hook. And straight away you've created a really big impact on this fairly plain wall behind you. So just two final things to do. One, I've got one of those fun felt trees with the Velcro decorations for kids to play with. And I'm going to hang that on the coat and hat rack over here. And that'll be the perfect height for Ollie. And I've also got some of these snowballs that are just sort of a fluffy ball for playing with. And I'm going to fill the bottom of the wagon up with those and then give everything a vacuum, and we will call this a wrap. There we have it, Oliver's little room, all set up for this Christmas. I think it's got just the right amount of whimsy, a little bit less glitzy than the girls' room, but it still has a lot of fun going on. So there's both my granddaughters and my grandson's rooms ready for a bit of festive fun this year. Be sure that you connect with us, because we'd love to share with you all the fun that we have when we are creating, decorating and celebrating this most wonderful time of the year.